Hi everybody, I'm Noelle. Welcome back to my yoga channel. Today's practice we are going to do a little bit more on Tadasana. So Tadasana is standing at the top of the mat, nice and tall, feeling a line of energy running from your feet all the way through the crown of your head. And that's the same position, or this is the same position in every single position you do in yoga. So you want to make sure that everything is even, equal feet, equal weight. Feel your toes are not clenched. You want to feel strong legs and you want to squeeze those legs. You want to squeeze your glutes and you want to pull your belly in slightly. Take the breath. Long tailbone, roll those shoulder blades back and then exhale, fingertips are strong. Crown of the head's moving back. Crown of the head, the back of the skull is moving back. And the crown of the head is moving up towards the ceiling or the sky. And you feel definitely taller. This is what you want in every position. And again, this is what you want to feel in every position, as well as your breath. You want to breathe your rib cage. Make sure the back of the heart is moving, the lowest part of the ribs are in, and you'll feel expansion and then contraction. And then instantly when you feel that in a position, you will feel that you need more strength in your legs, you need more core work, you need to not be so tense in your shoulders. It's amazing, right? So what we're going to do is start this position in a low lunge. So I'm going to ask you to definitely grab 2 blocks. I have them. And I'm just going to position them however the level I need. I'm going to step my right leg back and then I'm going to come down to the back knee. If you have any pain in knees and it's too much on the floor, you bring something comfy underneath for your kneecaps. Okay, so Tadasana feel. Ready? I step my leg back, my right toes, I'm going to look back. Sometimes this camera switches, so I'm on my right leg. Back here. So I'm going to look back and I'm going to make sure I don't see my toes. They should be in line with my feet. They should be in line with my knee, okay? So your knee and your heel and your toes, everything aligns. Sometimes we'll have that position where that right shin kind of comes across the mat and you don't even know that you're doing that, right? So it's, again, body awareness. And the more you practice, the more you'll feel it. I'm going to squeeze my glute in the right. This way, once I squeeze, it's protecting the psoas, it's protecting the thigh, it's making sure everything in the front is not overstretching. So there's a lot of overstretching that can happen in yoga, but you want to make sure that you are super safe. So again, that Tadasana, you want to squeeze your glutes. Press the shin down, press those back toes down. Now, as I come forward, I'm making sure that my knees are stacked in line with my ankle. I'm making sure that everything is hip distance, just like it was in Tadasana when I stood. I'm making sure that I'm not going to crowd myself there. Tall spine. And I'm pulling that tailbone down. I'm not tucking it under, I'm pulling it down. And that will lift your pose. You don't have to go as deep as you think you do, or you can, as long as you are strong. Okay, so now you're going to take your hands to your rib cage and you're going to breathe. Really control the exhale and make it sound like you have the same equal breath on the inhale to the exhale. So if I was next to you, I want to make sure that or I'm confused on what breath you're doing because it sounds the same. And that's what you want, right? So you want to be able to hear your breath. So take one more breath. Is your glute still squeezing? Right shin still pressing? Left knee pulling towards your left hip? Okay. So, let's go ahead and get out of that. Just stepping forward. And go ahead and bring your feet together. And then we're just gonna forward fold. We're going to do that on the right side. You're going to take your hands to your blocks or wherever, and you're just going to step that left foot back far enough that that right knee stays in stacked on top of that right ankle. The toes are lining up with the knees, so double check. Don't be afraid to look back and see where your body is. You want to make sure you can do that. Press that left shin down, press that right heel down and pull it back. So feel equal weight. You don't want too much weight coming forward because that's not Tadasana. You want to bring your hands to your rib cage. Squeeze your glutes in the back. As you exhale, pull those front ribs in. And try to make that really slow. Even the hip bones, feel them. Is it lopsided? You want to try to make them even because they're even in Tadasana. Let's take one more breath. Really make sure that you exhale completely so your rib cage is really drawing in and squeezing all that air out and really intensifying the low lunge. And however you'd like to get out of that, I'll tuck my toes in the back and I just press myself forward to a forward fold. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a seat. And we're going to do a forward fold. So, again, Tadasana. My feet are together. I'm going to shoot my toes back towards me. I'm going to engage my quads. I'm going to try to squeeze my glutes. And I'm pressing my tailbone into the ground and long. When you forward fold, oftentimes the tailbone slides underneath, pushing itself towards your heels, and then it rounds your back. So you're pressing that tailbone down. So the biggest thing about forward fold for me is that I have to figure out where my energy moves, where's that weight moving. So as I forward fold, I'm not going to be in a rush to forward fold. I want to make sure that as I move forward, my glutes are still pressing down and my legs are still super, super strong, pressing down. Because everything that touches the ground, you want to feel that weight equally. So as you move yourself forward, watch the weight. And this pose changes day to day for me because it's sometimes I am doing yoga in the morning, or sometimes I'll do in the evening. Sometimes I'm exhausted. So since it changes, it's because my breath is changing. So I'm going to take my hands to my ribs. And really take that deep inhale and slow down that breath as you exhale, watching the hands come closer towards each other on your body. It really does change your practice. It really changes the pose. It changes your mind as well. And release the arms, and if you would like to forward fold, I'm just going to forward fold. Right now my low back, pretty much my back is like really tight. So I'm just going to make this a passive, and now release my legs, release the toes, and just kind of fall into this position. Feel free to stay however long that you want. And again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, definitely like and subscribe. And that's it. So I will see you next time on your mat. Thanks. Bye.